Hi guys, it's Miss Carla from Crowders Creek Elementary School, and today we're going to learn about a stringed instrument called the guitar. I have with us Mr. Andrew, who's going to be teaching us a little bit about the guitar. Tell us some things about the guitar, Mr. Andrew.
Well, this is an acoustic guitar, meaning that it can make sound without having to be plugged into anything. So you can hear it because the whole body resonates and comes out. This sound hole right here goes right to your ears. Guitars have 6 strings on them, ranging from E, low E, to a high E, and that's the basics.
Awesome. Did you know that guitars used to have gut strings on them? I know that kind of sounds gross, but a long time ago, before they had invented these steel strings, they actually produced all the strings on any instrument, including the harp, and the different instruments that were also stringed were all made out of animal gut. Nowadays, the guitar, like the acoustic guitar, all has steel strings. The way that you tune the guitar, because every string instrument will go out of tune, is with these tuning pins down here. Can you show us how you can change the pitch? So you can loosen it and make the sound go lower, and you can tighten the sound and make it go higher. We had a chance with some other instruments that maybe we've talked about to see that they actually use different clefs when you're reading the music, like treble clef and bass clef. Is this how you read music on the guitar?
Yes.
You can. If you play classical guitar, you can actually strum and play all the different notes. Can you play us a little bit of actually picking out the different individual notes? So classical guitarists play one note at a time. Another way, though, to play the guitar is to actually have chords. So some of the people that play instruments on the guitar actually don't read this kind of music, and they learn a guitar tab, and this way they play a bunch of different chords. For example, can you play us the C chord? How about the G chord? F chord? So a guitar person has to learn all the different chords because in a piece they would switch quickly from one chord to the next. How about you play us something? Awesome job! Give him a hand! Notice how quickly he had to switch between the different chords. So when you start off learning the instrument, you might learn one chord. Play one chord for us a couple of times. And then once you figure out where exactly your fingers go for that chord, you might have to figure out where the next chord goes to. Once you figure out the second chord, it's actually a little tricky to learn to go from one chord immediately into the next chord. Because if you actually stopped in between each one, it would sound really different. Can you try that one time?
Let's see.
Do you see how long it would take to get to the next chord? So you actually have to practice this instrument, just like with any instrument that you're learning, in order to get really good at it. The guitar is used in a lot of different styles of music. Can you think of any styles that the guitar is used? What would you say?
Rock and roll.
Absolutely, rock and roll. And it also, oh, you want to play some rock and roll for us? Go for it.
I see.
You got some rock?
That might be more country than rock.
I liked it though. Country rock. How about jazz music? Jazz music uses the guitar too.
Those are some jazzy chords.
Yeah, and a lot of times you can have just the guitar playing, or you can have the guitar and someone singing. The guitar can also be a part of a big type of a band. There were lots of bands that had things like guitars and trombones and trumpets. How about drum sets? We all love the drums. So you can put the guitar with a lot of different instruments. Do you know if the guitar is actually in the modern day orchestra? What would you say?
I would say yes.
It's actually not. There are no guitars in the orchestra. The 4 different string instruments in the orchestra are the violin, the viola, the cello, and the string bass. The harp is also in the orchestra, but a lot of people put that with a percussion instrument. Anything else you want to tell us about the guitar?
You can do several different kinds of tunings. Right now it's a standard tuning. There's all kinds of special tunings you can do to get different sounds and different feelings out of the music.
Awesome. And I also wanted to point out the frets. We hadn't talked about those. In between each one of the strings here, do you see this little line? And as you go up, there's actually the space between the frets gets smaller and smaller. But you use these different frets to know where you put your fingers. So that's another thing I wanted to tell you about that. Awesome.
Just like we learned on the piano last time, this one has all the frets, and there's 12 half steps in between each octave. So from here, the low one is here, and an octave is here. So on every string, that's That's exactly an octave higher, and there's 12 frets in between each octave.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Great seeing you guys today. Can't wait till next time.